Hi, welcome to the Studio YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about how to draw an eye. So I like to start off with a circle, so you can trace a circle, that's fine. And then this is for the iris. There's about 2 triangles on each side. This will kind of change as I go. I'm going to connect here because it's not completely a circle for the iris. And draw lightly because I'm going to erase a lot. I'm just going to show you how I sketch, kind of find my way as I'm drawing. There's a lot of different types of eyelids, so you have to look at the eyelid and decide what you want it to look like. Or if the eye is elongated like this, you can do that. Just find your way as you go. You can see a little bit right here. There's a lot of expression too with this. Yes, the expression is also with the eyebrow, so make sure it's high up, not too close to the eye, because that would look like it's tilted down. The head would be tilted down. But there's a lot of expression in your lines, so we'll talk about that another time. So a circle for the pupil, decide where you want your highlight. I like it on the right side. Fill in your pupil. It looks kind of like a moon to me, and it touches the eyelid. So these are the 2 really dark parts of the eye that you should definitely need to look for, if not make dark. Then around the iris will tend to be dark too, so go ahead and do that. And notice I've just changed the shape a little bit. Now I'm going to shade this in. So the eye is in the socket, and it's pretty light underneath the eye, but I'm going to give some values. I'm not drawing really a lot of lines underneath the eye, just more values. And if you have a picture to look at, that really helps at this point. For instance, what color are the eyes? And if it's brown, you're going to make this part inside the iris pretty dark, and if it's blue, you'd make it a little bit lighter of a value. So decide how you want your eyes to be, and then just go back over the edge just to tidy that up, because again, that's the darkest part of the eye. If you have a 4B pencil, this might be the time to start using it. My pencil is pretty soft for just a regular 2B pencil, and so it's managing to do what I need it to do. I'm turning my lines here, making a rounded triangle. For eyelashes, you can make them longer if you want to. I'm shading in the brow. I will go back and revisit this in just a bit, but I'm just going to get some value there. And now I'm ready to shade around the eye, because the eye is in a shadow because of a socket. And the socket protects the eye, but it also makes it a little bit darker. So I'm going to make the whites of the eye slightly darker, and you can decide how dark you want that to be. And start to look for some details underneath the eye and just around the whole eye itself. And just look at the picture, go back and forth for ideas. So here's my shadows, and then what I want to do is take a tissue. I'm going to soften everything, and it kind of spreads the graphite around, thankfully, and it just sculpts it, in my opinion, to make it look more like skin. So I love using the tissue. I hope you enjoy using it too, or use a blending stump if you happen to have that. So I'm going to go back in with the pencil, make sure it's nice and sharp, and I'm going to get my details and just kind of crisp up some edges for the eyebrow, maybe add a little bit of hair, and just some things that I think I need to do. So you can look at your picture and decide what else could be a little bit darker or have some crisp lines after smoothing everything out. Wonderful. So what I'm going to do now is I want to do another eye. So we're going to measure how big this eye is. So it's about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do a little dot, and then it's another 1.5 inches here, and it's on a slant, my picture. So I'm going to put my penny in the middle of my 1.5 inches, and I'm going to repeat the process. Notice how I'm making the triangle on one end. I'm kind of cropping the top of the circle, and then I'm looking back and forth. I'm drawing the pupil. I can go a lot faster because I have something that I've already done and pretty much measured it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. You will draw and lightly enough so that you can fix things as you go. So repeat the process, fill in the pupil, make it nice and dark, fill in the eyelid on the top, and yeah, there's the iris. Great. So take your time, look at your picture, and I hope that you enjoy drawing an eye, and things will change as I go. Just go ahead and watch this, or stop and pause as needed. thank you so much for tuning in, liking, and subscribing to my YouTube channel.